Welcome to Life Science.
This is a screencast brought to you by your science teachers,
Mrs. Wass
and Mrs. Anone.
This screencast will provide you with important information for the upcoming school year.
This year, you will be exploring things that are living, and that includes you.
What exactly will you be doing this year? Well, you'll either be answering questions about science phenomenon,
or you'll be designing solutions to engineering problems.
What exactly is a science phenomenon? A science phenomenon is a natural event that makes you stop and say, I wonder how or why this could happen. Take a look at this picture. A plant has been growing inside a sealed jar, and it's been doing so for over 40 years. How could that happen? We will be investigating this very phenomenon later on in the school year. So we ask that you bring in tall, see-through deli containers with the lid. Remember, the phenomenon is happening in a sealed jar.
Many children are born without functional limbs. They rely on prosthetics to do everyday tasks. Later in the year, you will have a chance to engineer your own mechanical hand. Therefore, we ask that you collect and bring in any flat 4-peg by 2-peg Legos that you can spare as you find them. You won't just be sitting around the classroom. You will be engaging in science and engineering practices such as
you'll be asking a lot of questions, or for engineering, you'll be defining problems. You'll have to develop models to figure out what's going on, carry out the investigation, look at the data, and yes, you will need to use some math and computational thinking, but you'll be able to do that. And then in the end, you'll be able to answer that question to the phenomenon, or you'll design an awesome engineering solution. In class, you'll have the chance to argue why your answer or your solution is the best one. And you'll have the opportunity to obtain, evaluate, and communicate information. Isn't that what you're doing right now? Obtaining some valuable information for the school year. And later on, you'll have a chance to evaluate the information in this screencast. What supplies will you need for this year? Take a moment to pause this screencast to get a pen or pencil to jot it down. Or you can just go to your teacher's webpage and print out a copy of the supply list.
We recommend that you have 2 hard-covered composition notebooks that are approximately 100 pages each. The color of the cover, marble or plain, doesn't really matter as long as it's hard-covered and has your name, homeroom, and science period written on the cover. You will also need a sturdy folder with 2 pockets, also identified with your name, homeroom, and science period on the cover.
And when you come to science class, make sure you have a pencil pouch filled with the following materials: pencils with erasers, at least a 12-pack of colored pencils, a personal sharpener with a catch, a red pen, a clear 6-inch plastic ruler so that it fits inside your pouch, an eraser, and because you'll be either gluing or taping multiple pages into your journal, we ask that you buy a few glue sticks or a few rolls of tape for your pouch. We just have a few key classroom policies. If you're absent, every student will have an absent folder. Your teacher or a classmate will put your missed work into your folder. When you return, just check your folder and you'll be able to complete the missed work.
If you need to use the restroom, just raise your single pointer finger and then after teacher acknowledgement, you can sign out on the sign-out sheets.
And if you need to check the homework, just go to the class website at www.montville.net. And for classroom rules, there aren't very many. We just ask that you be on time,
be prepared,
and be respectful to yourself, to your classmates, and to whomever you encounter in the school. One last thing, we'd like to get your feedback on this first screencast, so please type the link that you see below into your browser. This will take you to a Google form Well, you'll be asked a series of questions. These questions will give us valuable information, and it will also help your teacher to know that you've actually watched this screencast. We hope you've enjoyed
our very first screencast.
We'll see you tomorrow.